Rex Heuermann wasn't born into chaos. There were no early headlines, no criminal record. He grew up in the United States, eventually becoming an architect, a profession built on precision, planning, and control. He lived in Massapequa Park, New York, a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind of place where nothing ever seems to go wrong. Neighbors described him as quite reserved, even awkward, but nothing alarming, nothing that would make you think this man could be capable of murder. But behind closed doors, Heuermann was building something else, a hidden world, one filled with disturbing searches, burner phones, and repeated contact with sex workers. Investigators later found he had reached out to dozens, possibly hundreds of women. This wasn't random behavior. It was systematic. He studied his victims, chose individuals he believed were vulnerable, people less likely to be immediately missed. And that decision would define his pattern. Between the early 1990s and 2010, women began disappearing. Many were young. Many were trying to survive through sex work. They would meet a client and vanish. Some families received disturbing calls. Then years later, their remains were discovered, hidden along Gilgo Beach. Investigators found multiple victims buried in close proximity, wrapped in burlap, a chilling signature. Authorities now believe Heuermann would lure victims with money, gain control quickly, kill them, often by strangulation, transport and dump their bodies in remote areas. This wasn't impulsive. It was controlled, calculated, repeated. Despite the horrifying discoveries, the case stalled. Years passed. Leads dried up. The killer remained free, living his life, going to work, walking among people who had no idea what he had done. For over a decade, the Gilgo Beach murders remained unsolved. A new team decided to start over. In 2022, a task force reopened the case. They re-examined everything. Old evidence, phone records, witness statements, and then they found something small, a clue most people would ignore. A discarded pizza crust. DNA taken from it matched evidence connected to the victims. From there, everything unraveled. Burner phones were traced. Vehicle descriptions matched. Cell tower data placed him near victims. The invisible man was finally visible. In July 2023, Rex Heuermann was arrested. First, he denied everything, maintained his innocence, but the evidence was overwhelming. In April 2026, he changed his plea. Guilty. He admitted to killing 8 women, 8 lives taken, 8 families destroyed. A confession that confirmed what investigators had feared all along. The killer had been hiding in plain sight. What makes this case so disturbing is not just the violence, it's the contrast. By day, he was an architect, a neighbor, a father. By night, he was something else entirely, a predator, living 2 lives, without either one exposing the other. The Gilgo Beach mystery is no longer unsolved, but it leaves behind a haunting question: how many people live among us, hiding something we may never see?